So, without further ado, I'd like to introduce your ECA 2017 graduates. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and welcome your 2017 senior class. Please be seated. So I'd like to direct your attention to the program. There are a couple of changes we made, also known as mistakes. So first off, National Anthem is going to be sung tonight by another student, and I will announce her in a minute. And also the introduction of the salutatorian will be by our awesome and amazing Miss Diane Baca, instead of me, because you're going to get sick of me anyway, so you don't want to hear me talk that much. So first off, once again, please abide by the rules of the theater, and we'll have a good time and try to get you guys out of here as quickly as we can so you can be with your graduates. So now I'd like to go ahead and call Selene Rodriguez up to sing our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Woo!
Thank you, Selene, that was wonderful. Now I'd like to bring to the stage our principal, Mr. Patrick Arguelles.
Every time I follow Gino, I always got to move this thing. Thank you for attending the Early College Academy's 10th commencement ceremony. It is my great honor and pleasure to introduce our special guests for this evening. First, our two esteemed school board members. Both have been strong supporters of the Early College Academy and the Career Enrichment Center. From District 3, school board member Mr. Lorenzo Garcia. And from District 2, school board member Ms. Peggy Mueller-Aragon. I want to give a special thanks to Ms. Mueller-Aragon for attending many of our events. She's plopped her money down for the haunted house. She's been to our digital expo, our world fair, and our career exploration. Thank you. I would also like to introduce our other distinguished guests. We have Executive Director of Student, Family, and Community Supports, Ms. Christine Muir. And we also have APS Chief Operations Officer and a former ECA CEC Principal, Mr. Scott Elder. I'd like to introduce the Early College Academy staff on the stage. We have Counselor Lynn Ramsey. We have Assistant Principal Rebecca Florians. We have Activities Director and Leadership Team Member Gabino Noriega. Our Special Ed Head Teacher and a Leadership Team Member Stephanie Thomas. a leadership team member, and our ECA and CEC teacher, Mark Walker. And we have our ECA math department chair and ECA math teacher, Diane Baca. Seniors, revel in this moment, but take the time to thank all who have been instrumental in helping you achieve this milestone. A big thanks goes out to the Early College Academy's unsung heroes, our secretarial and security staff. They work tirelessly to meet the needs of the school and our staff, students and parents, and they make our jobs so much easier. Veronica Lovato, Laura German, Angel Barreras, Megan Rivera, Raven Baca, Gloria Pericone, Yolanda Herrera, and Harold Pope. Please give them a hand. I also want to thank the dedicated teaching staff at our school. Will the Early College Academy and Career Enrichment Center staff in the audience please stand up? Yeah, thank you. If you know them, you know they do not seek any praise, but their skill and dedication to the task of educating the students is enormous. It goes without saying, don't forget your parents, siblings, grandparents, aunts, uncles, your entire village who contributed in raising you, mentoring you, and loving you when you are passing along words of appreciation to all who have been influential in your accomplishments. They are here tonight to celebrate your achievements with you. You support, parents, you support all of these wonderful students, and you have made them who they are today. Thank you for a job well done. I am often asked what it means to be a part of the Early College Academy family. The answer is simple. The path is much more difficult, but the rewards are lasting and meaningful. Our students participate in service to their school and community. They show a positive attitude towards classmates and teachers. They display an understanding and appreciation of civic responsibility, and they possess strength of character, along with the courage to do what is right. These students promote citizenship and give back to the school. They make a conscious effort to be welcoming to others. They are humorous, compassionate. They have an infectious spirit and inspire those around them. They are dependable, trustworthy, reliable, and loyal. I came with this group to ECA 4 years ago, all of us filled with hopes, dreams, and aspirations. Henry Ford wisely said, "Coming together is a beginning, keeping together is progress, and working together is success." As we look back over the last 4 years, certainly there was a beginning, and thankfully there was also progress. And yes, undeniably we have been successful. Last night at our senior banquet, we heard the long list of student accomplishments, how this group set the bar 3 years ago with the highest PARCC scores of all high school students in the state, multiple students with ACT scores in the 30s, hundreds of college credit hours, and on, and it was pretty impressive. But that's not what our ECA students are about. Generosity, integrity, character, and spirituality, a blessing to the ECA community, and a model of selflessness and service. That is what embodies the characteristics of an ECA student. As ECA graduates, you all begin with an advantage, a great education. But you also enter the same challenging world as your peers. So take advantage of the other skills you put in your toolbox. You have made lifelong learning a habit. You understand what employers are looking for. You know how to act in a professional world, and you are willing to embrace change. Remember what you bring to the table. You have the character, the capacity, the drive, and ability to keep making this world a better place. You have the qualities needed to be successful in college and career: honesty, kindness, motivation, determination, and respect. This class, the class of 2017, is unique in their support of each other's differences, accomplishments, skills, and personality. Simply stated, they value one another. They have helped each other become who they are. I've spent the last several days watching my youngest daughter graduate from grad school, my godson graduate from NMSU, and my granddaughter get promoted to first grade. It has given me renewed perspective on our high school graduation today. In just a few minutes, you, the class of 2017, will receive your well-earned diplomas. So remember this: a high school graduation is like no other that you will experience in your life. There will be no other graduation where you may have known the person sitting beside you since preschool or kindergarten, where the person sitting behind you once stood by your side as you fought through the zombies in the haunted house, or where the person sitting in front of you helped blow up gummy bears in science class. There will be no other graduation where you will remember watching Takuta pull a tablecloth from under a table full of glasses, or get made fun of by the Nord brothers, or get tossed in the Rio Grande on your freshman biology trip. There will be no other graduation with people you shared the dance floor with from freshman year when you wouldn't leave the floor and you left smelling like freshmen, to prom this year where you dressed to the T's and danced in a barn. You suffered through SBA and PARC and EOCs and ACTs and SATs, and suffered even more watching Noriega put on his best Taylor Swift. Man, that image is burned in my mind. Almost as bad as the image on that cake last night. This graduation takes on a life of its own through memories of classroom accomplishments, the pain of late night studying, shared smiles of happiness during good times, shared hugs of comfort during tough times, and a unique history that galvanizes a class of amazing students, proud parents, and dedicated teachers into a true ECA family. I stand in awe of just how much you care for your Elements family. So seniors, celebrate your graduation day. I do hope you have lots of fun planned after our ceremony. These celebrations are a fitting end to your school days. They also give us a lift here at school as we see how much graduation means to you. The future holds many challenges and successes for all of you. Each of you will have your own unique opportunities to grow. I am confident you will rise to every occasion. Let me wish you all the best for the future, and thank you for an excellent year. Well done. So now I'd like to bring Ms. Ramsey up to do some more acknowledgments.
At this time, we would like to recognize the students with the top 10 grade point averages at the Early College Academy for the class of 2017. Can you please stand? John Fawcett. Simon Majeski. Matthew Browett. Grace Messick. Isabella Obermeyer. Sierra Smith. Caitlin Glazer. Jack Kramer. Jonathan Terrell. And Mario Morford Oberst. We commend these students for their hard work and efforts, and like all of their classmates at the Early College Academy, I know that each will be successful in all that they attempt. They will make their own positive mark on the world. Congratulations to you all. And now, Mr. Noriega is going to introduce our salutatorian. Oh, I'm sorry, Ms. Baca.
I don't look like Maria. Good evening. It's my honor to introduce Jonathan, our salutatorian, to you. I have not had the benefit of having him in class, so I'm not going to attest to what kind of a student he is, but he's salutatorian, so I'm sure we all know what kind of student he is. But I've known him for 4 years because I went to a production of Taming of the Shrew at Albuquerque High one summer, and he played Petruchio. I didn't know him, but his Petruchio was super awesome. It was great, so I remembered him. Anyway, so he and I have connected throughout the years because my kid is in drama. So it's really nice to see somebody who has a passion outside. You always think of them as just really good students, but he has a passion for drama, and we connect at that level, and it's really fun to talk about theater in town. He's performed on this stage. I've seen him here, and I've seen him at the Vortex. So in that way, it's really nice to have that connection with him. Anyway, he's a really good actor, so. Anyway, I wanted to even though I didn't have him in class, he was a member of National Honor Society, which I co-sponsor. And one of my really good memories is he spearheaded with his family, or he participated in replanting trees down by the bosque. And yeah, I got some serious muscle ache from digging all those holes, but it was great. It was a great experience. And Jonathan, you come from a wonderful, wonderful family. You're very, very lucky to have that support. And so my gift to you, Jonathan, is going to be, I'm going to say your name correctly, okay? It's not Jonathan Tyrell, and it's not Jonathan Terrell. It's, as your little brother told me, Jonathan Terrell, like Daryl. All right? The last day of school, you get it pronounced right. Jonathan Terrell.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for coming to the ceremony. Tonight, I'm going to let you all in on a little secret. Writing a graduation speech is hard. In its writing, this graduation speech realized it was not a sermon, not a fortune-telling, and definitely not my words of advice. I would just as quickly relinquish this duty to any of my equally qualified peers. They are just as fit as I to stand before you and speak. So, rather than speak for them, I hope to share my understanding of their spirit with you. In that sharing, I hope you find their joy, their sorrow, their ripening wisdom, and their dwindling immaturity. Tonight, help me celebrate them. Sometimes we forget what celebration is. Lest pomp and circumstance become buried under percentages and titles, it is important to know what tonight represents. Before you is a class brimming with the same emotions which we all faced throughout our 4 years at the Early College Academy. Tonight is the representation of all our hopes and fears at once. And we celebrate them, the hopes and fears, with the motions we have dreamed of and dreaded. Handshakes, posing for photos, hugging relatives, and throwing our caps up in a final gesture. Graduation night is all about motion. The nervous energy in the building is made physical by your applause. So, when you applaud your graduates, remember tonight is not about chords, stoles, ACTs, GPA scores, salutatorians, or valedictorians. Not long from now, all those things will be as disposable as the ticket you all used to enter into this room. Tonight is about the reason for the unfamiliar tears shed by students, the heartbreaking ones shared by mothers, and the proud ones held back by fathers. We will all be crying in the lobby for the unspoken deeds and private thoughts. Tears will be shed in joy and sorrow because we will find unique human connection regardless of age. Remember, the lobby is merely the housing of a crossroad of past memories, present moments, and future lives. Graduates and parents alike, do not be afraid to be each other's students tonight. Tonight, we come together, young and old, to celebrate our humanity. Graduation marks the first major waypoint in the journey up the precipice of adulthood. Like any climb, some slopes are steeper, rockier, and more challenging than others. At times, a climber must find their own path up the mountain. Their largest obstacle should only be their own vanity. Allow your climber to forge their own path and find their identity in the mountain. Their compass will be their spirit. The most you can do is help guide their way. But for tonight, celebrate the hair pulled over homework, the sleep lost over finals week, the drama inside and outside the classroom. Moreover, cherish the laughter compelled by jokes, dumb and clever, the sly smirks behind a peer's sarcasm, the sighs signaling the end of a semester, and the twinkles of our understanding. Come to feel, understand, and celebrate the spirit of the class before you. Its strength is a testament to the brilliance of ECA. The spirit of this class is a tribute to the teachers who there foster a love for learning. It is a spirit of a class as devoted to laughter as they are to understanding, a spirit which cannot be quantified or tested. The spirit of this class is entrusted to the historian, artist, comedian, storyteller, healer, and teacher hidden inside each of the graduates before you. Students and parents, do not forget to nourish that spirit with long walks and climbs up that mountain. Only in coming to know the mountain of humanity can our spirit truly breathe. And our spirit, the spirit of the class of 2017, will not be bottled. Instead, it will spread, defining its own metric for success. As we go our separate ways, we will consider, conclude, and innovate. Our spirit may never physically reunite, but it will persist, another unspoken connection. In these final moments, we remember all we learned and what we look forward to what we continue to learn. And then, together and alone on the mountain, our spirit will dance. Thank you.
Good evening. I have the honor this evening of introducing the valedictorian of the 2017 ECA class. And I would like to say that this class in this school, this is an honor. This is something special. This young man, as he was riding his bike by my house when he was 8 years old, Mario, I'm not sure I saw this coming. But what do you say about a handsome, athletic, talented, gifted, classy, courteous, generous young man? Took me a while to think of it, and I didn't really think of what I wanted to say until I was in the back, and I asked him, because he wouldn't tell me all the great things he had done until then. I said, Mario, did you ever get a B? No, Mr. Walker, it was a B+. Second semester, geometry, I didn't really know what a final was yet. He understood, he still understands, and he still thinks about it, and I think I understand now why the 8-year-old who I taught as a freshman, maybe then I didn't see it coming, is our valedictorian. Mario Morford Oberst worked hard, he understood what his work was supposed to be, and he kept climbing and kept climbing and kept climbing, and he is the 2017 ECA valedictorian, and it's really my pleasure to give this to you. Mario, please come up and... Cut it short for you. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, classmates, and parents. My name is Mario Morford Oberst, and it is my honor to take this opportunity to say farewell. We've learned so much over the past 4 years. I was thinking about what's really going to stick with me. It's not anything from U.S. history, or how amazing our senior prank was. I probably won't remember that our class animal was Pepe the pigeon. What I will remember is a lesson that I learned from all of you. We are always told that everyone is different. Everyone is their own person. I've been hearing about how I am a unique individual my whole life, and I'm sure that the same is true for you. In American society, we are taught to embrace our individualism, but I notice that we are not always taught to embrace others' individuality. This makes it particularly difficult to interact with people who are different from ourselves, people who have different or opposing views to ours. We often feel somewhat threatened when we are forced to face people who are different from us. This is because we are afraid of the unknown. Society has not taught us how to embrace those who are different, and we have instead learned that we must protect ourselves. If you do not believe me, I have proof for this claim. Look at how the U.S. has handled the Syrian refugee crisis. More than 10 million Syrians have been forced to flee from their homes. Many countries around the world have been willing to give these people a new home. Canada, with a population of about 1/10 of ours, has taken in 40,000 refugees, but the U.S., one of the largest countries in the world, has only accepted 18,500 refugees. I'm by no means saying that everyone is afraid of the unknown, but I do think that there are many people who are. The past 4 years have given me the opportunity to see that people thrive in a diverse community and that there are very open and accepting people. You, the class of 2017, have given me a great amount of hope for the future. This school has offered me and perhaps you a very unique experience where people from different backgrounds and cultures are given the opportunity to come together and share the same goal. We face challenges together, we face successes together, and we also face failures together. By relying on each other to survive the challenges life puts in front of us, we have seen beyond the facade and found that below the surface we are all human. We are all on the same path of life, heading in the same direction, even though we might choose different routes to get to the end. As I was thinking about this, I was reminded of a book I read my sophomore year. The book Truce by Jim Murphy tells the story of a spontaneous ceasefire that occurred in World War I. The soldiers from both sides came together to spend Christmas Eve without fighting. Those soldiers saw that beneath all of their conflict, they were just human. And due to this realization, they were able to cease the fighting for one night to come together as a community and enjoy their similarities as well as their differences. I was fortunate to be in a community amongst all of you where I learned the same lesson that the soldiers did. Having lived and learned with you for the past 4 years, I am confident that by virtue of our diverse experiences and perspectives, we can create a lasting peace for our generation. Thank you for an amazing high school experience. I will miss all of you, and I wish you all good luck with the next step in your lives. I'd like to close by saying farewell to you in German, the language of my father. In German, we say, Auf Wiedersehen, which means until we meet again. Thank you.
Great job, guys. Very nice. Sorry, it's me again. I just wanted to recognize a few students really quickly. These 2 students have been wonderful these last 4 years, and I just wanted to take the time to recognize our student body president and vice president, Simon Majewski and Maya Zambrano. If you could please stand real quick. These guys have been to everything, have pushed everything for everybody and made the announcements, even when they were like weird and uncomfortable, but they did a wonderful job and we appreciate it. Thank you guys. And I have one more. This student did something that's very meaningful to me and my family. Sorry. But Alicia Scott, if you could stand up. Thank you for always supporting the autism community. Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
As a school and a staff, we feel it's important to recognize and acknowledge a few students who achieved in ways beyond what is reflected in a GPA, a scholarship, or an award. The first of these awards is the 2017 ECA Citizenship Award. This award this year went to Lorenzo Romero. Lorenzo demonstrated citizenship through his leadership, service, and commitment to his community. It's quite an honor. The ECA President's Award for Academic Excellence goes this year to 2 students who we saw gave their most to their educational process and worked hard to accomplish their goals. These 2 students never gave up, never wanted to quit, and reflected the genuine spirit and grit that we all wish we had a little more of. They are Sierra Smith and Jonathan Terrell. Finally, the Principal's Award. These students are recognized by administration of the Early College Academy for their demonstration of character, academic motivation, and service to their school and to their community. This year's Principal Award goes to Anna Rebstock and Simon Majeski. She's standing, by the way. We look forward to hearing their stories and of all of our graduates' futures. We appreciate and value being a part of their lives in these formative years and getting to know them and their families. We wish them all of the best of life's precious offerings.
Esteemed APS School Board members, Mr. Lorenzo Garcia and Ms. Peggy Mueller Aragon, I would like to present the class of 2017. They have met all the graduation requirements as set forth by the Albuquerque Public Schools Board of Education, along with the New Mexico Public Education Department. To you, I present the class of 2017.
What a night, good for all of you. We're so proud of you. We want you to take that pride as you go and decide your future. And as Thomas Edison once said, if you did everything you were capable of, you would astound yourself. So we expect you to go out, magnify your strength, astound yourself, and astound the world. So on behalf of the Albuquerque Public Schools Board of Education, we
aceptamos esta clase de 2017. We accept this class of 2017. Felicidades.
Board members, guests, and administration, please line up to shake the hands and present diplomas.
Will the first row please stand up?
Cyrus I. Amor. Cyrus will attend C&M in the fall and hopes to work in a pharmaceutical lab. He thanks his mother for teaching him the importance of education and encouraged him every step of the way. He will never forget those 9th grade fun nights. Charlie Bickle. Charlie wants to become a software developer and an entrepreneur. He will attend the University of New Mexico this fall. He wanted to thank Mr. Tishnell, his Holy Ghost technology teacher, and will never forget playing ultimate frisbee with Mrs. Tipicani in freshman PE. Matthew Browett. Matthew will be going to Texas Tech University to study mechanical engineering or computer science. He wanted to acknowledge his uncle for all the help and support. His favorite ECA memory is in Mr. Takuta's physics lab, where he set up the egg hunt and gave them all pie. Ashley Nicole Davis. Ashley will attend UNM and wants to become a criminal defense lawyer. She thanks her sister Catherine because she fully supported her every step of the way to do her best. She will never forget eating lunch behind the school and laughing with friends. Jordan Ekis. Jordan will attend C&M in the fall to finish his prereqs and wants to become a respiratory therapist. John Fawcett. John wants to be an executive at a financial institution or a chemical engineer. He plans to attend UNM. He would like to acknowledge his middle school math teacher, Mark Golda, who helped him foster and grow his strength in math. He will never forget the friends he made along the way at ECA. Ariana Ferreira. Ariana will attend UNM to study environmental engineering. She wanted to recognize her grandma, her dad, her godfather, Mr. Noriega, for helping her and motivating her to do her best. Caitlin Glazer. Caitlin will attend Eastern New Mexico to pursue a degree in forensic science. She thanks her parents and teachers for supporting her and her friends for helping her through the tough times. She will always remember the prom at the Old Town Farm. Jose Alexander Gonzalez. Jose will go to CNM and wants to study nursing. He wanted to thank his 3 closest friends for making 4 years great and his parents and sister for all of their help and support. A favorite memory of Jose's is playing cards in the parking lot. Aaron D. Gunkel. Aaron will start at UNM in the fall. He thanks his parents for their never-ending love and support and will always remember the senior trip to Santa Fe. Noah Hickerson. Noah will go to UNM and wants to be an investment banker someday, or maybe a freelance photographer for National Geographic. He thanks his parents and stepfather for supporting him every step of the way and will always remember their senior prank. I think Mr. Arguelles will remember it too. Jessica Rose Hicks. A graduate of the CEC LPN program, Jessica will continue with nursing at CNM. She hopes to work in labor and delivery. She wants to recognize Mrs. Baca for her support and dedication and found her greatest memories in the LPN nursing program. Judith Huerta. Judith will attend the University of New Mexico to study criminology. She thanks her mom for pushing her to do her best and being her inspiration, and also Mr. Benjamin, one of the best teachers she's ever had. He taught her how to speak up for herself and that she was braver than she ever thought. Kristen Kiefer. A scholar and an athlete, Kristen will begin her educational journey at UNM, but she wants to go to Colorado State and become a veterinarian. She wanted to thank her parents because they always pushed her to do her best and will never forget the river trip with Mr. Walker her freshman year. She made many friends and memories along the way. Tiana Carissa Copenhaver. Tiana is moving to Taos with her best friend to go to UNM at the Taos branch. She wants to be a police officer or an investigator. She recognizes her dad for supporting her and helping her achieve her goals. He was always there for her and was the best dad she could have asked for. Jack Kramer. A nationally ranked fencer, Jack will begin his journey to study engineering and renewable energy at UNM. He thanks his parents, teachers, friends, and his coach, Toby Tolley, who guided him through fencing and in life. His significant memories include his great friends and supportive teachers who kept school engaging and made it fun. Simon Michael Elias Majeski. Simon will be an environmental engineer, a senator, a teacher, the president, an astronaut, maybe all of those things. He thanks Miss Michelle and Miss Lloyd for fostering his love of learning at a young age. His favorite memory of ECA is when he saw the shadow of Jupiter's moon on Jupiter in the CEC Astronomy Club one evening. Hiram Marcus. Hiram thinks he will study business in college and maybe pursue a degree in international studies. He thanks Mr. Takuda for being an amazing teacher and his parents for always being there and providing for him. He also thanks President Obama for being an inspiration and a role model. Olivia Alexis Matea Mall. Olivia wanted to acknowledge Ross Nord for being more than a teacher, he was a mentor. Also Miss Baca for being there and understanding her life. She created many memories along the way. Elizabeth Araceli Medina. Elizabeth will go to UNM and plans to major in anthropology. She thanks her father and her mother for their unconditional love and support through these 4 years, and Iris, she's the best. Nathan Allen Meindl. Nathan will also go to UNM and wants to major in computer science. He He thanks his mom and dad for the love and support for over 17 years. A favorite memory for him is working on the haunted house in the robotics class lab. Grace Messick. Grace is taking a gap year to learn, study, travel, and enjoy life. She thanks her family for dealing with all the stress and laughs about her memory of throwing rotten food into the ECA gardens. I'm hoping that was an attempt to compost. Mario Morford Oberst. Mario wants to major in science and start a career in the tech industry. Someday he dreams of opening his own company. He acknowledges his 8th grade humanities teacher, Scott Key, for teaching him to enjoy literature and be a more involved citizen. His favorite memory of ECA is the senior field trip to Meow Wolf. Justin Carr Murphy. After his trip in the summer to Germany with the German class from CEC, Justin will go to school to become an EMT and pursue a medical career. He wanted to thank his family for pushing him towards his goals and his friends for keeping him distracted. He loved the time he got to pretend he had a broken arm for the EMT class and let the students practice their clinical skills on him. Isabella Obermeyer. Isabella will attend UNM in the fall, where she plans to major in computer science or engineering. She would like to thank her mother, who works so hard in her career and always has time for family. Her favorite memory is going to Chinese class one sleepy morning and being met with authentic Chinese food and the best Chinese movie she'd ever seen. Roxana Abigail Oliveras. Roxana plans to study law enforcement at UNM. She wants to be an investigator for the FBI. She acknowledges her mother for always pushing her to do her best and for reminding her that every choice has a consequence. She will remember the trip to Saggio's at the end of her junior year. Yao Ortega. Yao wants to study medicine at UNM and become a physician. He thanks his sister Cecilia for helping him overcome any problem, no matter what it was, and he will fondly remember the freshman river trip. Giovanni Perez. Gio will attend C&M and wants to study architecture and construction. He has many great memories of ECA. Anna Lucia Fisher Rebstock. Anna wants to become a psychologist who works with troubled children. She will be at UNM in the fall. She thanks Miss Ramsey, Miss Adams, Miss Gordon, Mr. Walker, and Mr. Noriega. They all helped her through a dark time and place and encouraged her to keep on going. A favorite memory is the times in Miss Gordon's class when she would make puns and everyone would either laugh or groan. Katarina Reinhardt. A graduate of the CEC LPN nursing program, Katarina will continue with nursing at C&M towards her bachelor's degree. Being in the nursing program is her greatest memory of high school, and she wants to thank her family for helping her through that and through school. Selene Rodriguez. Selene will attend New Mexico State University in the fall to major in mechanical and aerospace engineering. She wanted to recognize Mr. Mike Nord for helping her find her career path and her parents for always supporting her. Also, Donald Berkheimer for encouraging her to fulfill her potential. She met amazing people along the way at ECA. Lorenzo Joseph Romero. Lorenzo will pursue a master's in business administration and plans to be an entrepreneur in the financial service industry. He wanted to thank God for his wonderful family and life and his parents for their love and support. Also, 2 of his teachers, Mr. Lucero, for introducing him to the financial world, and Mr. Dolch for teaching him a strong work ethic and giving him fun barbecues. He will remember the rocket launch project in Mr. Takuta's physics class, where his rocket launched so far it was never seen again. George Henry Ross. George will go to C&M and he wants to study machine trades and chemistry and learn how to bartend. He acknowledges his mother and father for keeping him on track and his brothers and friends for keeping him sane. A favorite memory was also Mr. Takuta's physics class. Mr. Takuta's car was apparently the best. Alicia Janae Scott. Alicia wants to study biology and go to vet school someday to be a veterinarian. She will start her journey at UNM. She thanks Jacqueline Zamora for pushing her to be the best person she could, and her best memory of school was her time working as an intern in a veterinarian office doing what she loves the best. Anahita Sheikh Bahe. Anahita wants to study pharmacy at UNM. She wanted to recognize Mike Nord for helping her believe in herself and her mom and dad for always pushing her to do better. Veronica Marie Silva. Veronica wants to be a preschool teacher. She will attend UNM, but also wants to go part-time to cosmetology college. She wants to thank her parents for supporting her, but especially her sister, Alessandra, for bringing her constant joy and laughter and for being her best friend and motivator. Sierra Smith. Sierra plans to be a veterinarian. She will attend New Mexico State in the fall. She wanted to recognize her Aunt Jamie for always being willing to help and knows exactly what to say. She fondly remembers her sophomore year and sitting with her friends at their designated table at lunch. Andy Maxine Todicini. Andy will attend UNM Taos Branch, but dreams of living in Oregon one day to work on social and political improvement. She wanted to thank a very special Marina for always being there for her. Jonathan William Terrell. Jonathan wants to study biomedical engineering and work with genetics or prosthesis. He will start his educational journey at UNM. He thanks Mr. Benjamin, Mr. Nord, and his parents for putting up with his pontifications. Also, the dedicated and overworked staff of ECA for pushing him to embrace his confusion and helping facilitate his journey as a lifelong learner. Michaela Aguilar Vargas. Michaela will start at CNM but hopes to transfer to Eastern New Mexico University to study to become a teacher. She wants to travel and teach children in third world countries. She thanks her mother for always being supportive and being there for her. Her best memory of ECA is of her senior year, where she made good friends like Caitlin and Elizabeth, who she will always remember. Amber Marie Wilsusan. Amber will start in the Navy Nuclear Power Program after graduation. She wants to become a nuclear engineer and an officer in the Navy. She would like to thank her family for supporting her and encouraging her. Her favorite high school memory is of Mr. Takuta's physics class and learning how much fun physics could actually be. Iris Josephine War. Iris will attend UNM. She thanks her incredible sister Fiona for always pushing her to do better, and her mom and stepdad Ed for always being loving and supportive. Her Oma also for being here for her graduation. She will always remember her junior year. Maya Isabel Zambrano. Maya wants to become a doctor specializing in obstetrician or gynecology. She will attend UNM. She wanted to acknowledge her brother Bear for being a constant source of support and motivation and for always standing with her. And finally, Jacqueline Desiree Zamora. Also a graduate of the CEC LPN program, Jacqueline will continue in nursing at CNN and hopes to eventually become a nurse practitioner. She thanks Alicia Scott for encouraging her through some of the hardest times since kindergarten. Her best memory is of graduating from the nursing program. So there we have them. Congratulations to you all and to your parents, class of 2017.
We would like to invite Jack Kramer to come up.
Graduates, please rise. It was in the speech. Our tassels represent integrity, courage, and perseverance that we have gained throughout our time here at ECA. And now, to symbolize our transition from high school to our future, please join me in turning our tassels from right to left. Congratulations, ECA class of 2017.
You may be seated. How lucky I am to have something that makes saying goodbye so hard. If you Google that saying, you will find that it is attributed to Winnie the Pooh. However, you will not find it in any of the books. So based on last evening's ending video, I can only imagine that Pooh sent it to Eeyore, who texted it to Piglet, who tweeted it to Tigger, who then put it on his Facebook page. I'm pretty sure Nord was going to use it and put it in his mean tweets video last night, but he kept crying, so he left it out. There is no other explanation. The words of the grand Pooh Bear must be shared. I hope you take a piece of Early College Academy pride with you into the next phase of your life. I hope you find college life rewarding and that you fall in love with your new school the way we fell in love with you. I hope you find a career that makes it a pleasure to get up in the morning and keeps you proud each and every day. I hope you know the blessings of good health. I hope you're close with your own parents and recognize their wisdom for many, many years to come. And most of all, I hope you remember us and keep Early College Academy alive in your hearts for the rest of your life. I would be remiss if I did not take this time to offer some reminders to the class of 2017 that should last a lifetime. Remember to say please and thank you. Leave things better than the way you found them. Learn something new every day. Forgive others and forgive yourself often. Take advantage of the technology that is at your disposal, but the best form of communication is voice to voice or face to face. Pause before you post. Yes, for those of you that have visited ECA Fakes, you know what I mean. What you post on Facebook, what you tweet or Snapchat, your Vines, your YouTubes, any social media you use is always public. You are always being interviewed. Be mindful of what you say, how you dress, and how you treat others. You never know who is watching or who is listening. And have self-respect. Be comfortable in your skin. Love who you are. Each and every one of you is important. To you and to my entire ECA family, how lucky I am to have something that makes saying goodbye so hard. And since I don't want your last memory of Mr. Noriega to be that cake photo, I will turn it back over to him. Mr. Noriega?
My young Padawans, your period of service is over. You are now young Jedi Knights. Go out and seek your fortune, and may the Force be with you always. Guests, please rise as the graduates leave the floor.